Your mind is not physical and your emotions is not physical. So it has nothing to do with this physical reality. But these are the mechanisms that's creating this physical reality as a collective. But you need to understand the first spirit that ever came into this existence, we are living through that spirit, which we call God or whatever. But we need to stop calling it God, because these are just names to define something like a creator or something that we like to emotionally invest into to have some sort of faith and belief, quote unquote religious people or whatever people out there that just want to believe in God. But we need to stop calling it God, because it's just another being just like us. The same way we have cells inside of us that makes up who we are. You know, all these different mentalities and all these different emotions, these are beings inside of us that's channeling all these energies. But as an overall spirit, you have the most control of how you want to navigate through life. So that's why it's important to take care of your body, to take care of your mental health and your physical health and your emotional health. So what you digest with all these bodies, the mental body, emotional body, is how you will connect with things and what you allow in your space, which is your spirit. Because the spirit is no shape or form. It's non-corporeal. It's literally no thing, nothing. And that's what God is. But you can't mistaken for what I'm saying when I say nothing. Nothing is not really nothing. It's still something in that reality. So for example, let's say you are a spirit, right? Which is no shape or form. That spirit created a mind. Now you have a mind. When that mind pushes out, which is creating ideas, concepts, visions, when it does that for long periods of time, it starts to become heavy and dense. And this is how we created vibrations, emotional fluids, and that emotion and those vibrations become a wave, like a wave pattern. And this is how we are able to come into existence. See, those wave patterns, however we shape those vibrations, it's already creating the shape and form that's needed to shape the reality, to shape how the mind looks like. When you push out with the mind, it's creating the blueprint for that. So when it becomes heavy and dense, when it does that for long periods of time, you're creating that reality. And since we are already in a space, aka Earth, that's already created, we are already externalizing and pushing out concepts and ideas that's correlated to this reality and the things that we see with our mind. So it's so easy to get lost and confused when people only see this 3D physical reality, when there's so much more of how we are existing and creating this reality. So everything that you create with your mind, an idea or whatever insecurity you're thinking of, that becomes part of your flesh, that becomes part of your blood flow. And this is why a lot of diseases happen. Like people are in bad vibrations and spirits. You know, they go crazy with their mind. They don't know how to take care of themselves correctly. So this is why it's important to be spiritually inclined to a certain degree. And another thing is, you need to think about the subconscious mind like a sponge. Whatever you absorb with your mind, whatever you think is true, is going to become true in the way you see it and the way you feel it, because of how everybody else is indoctrinated and how everybody else created their reality through this reality, through the indoctrination systems, the way the government set up everything, the rules, the policies. You barely have freedom. You're scared to talk your truth because you want to live in your own comfortable desires that has to do with this physical reality. And that's your own hell that you're building. You're building your own hell because you're not trying to expand, because you got lost in your comfortability. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to understand this is what your spirit is doing and creating and getting into and lost in. So you're gonna keep doing that enough times until you get tired of living that way or reincarnating in that same space. We all created this world, and we all share the same world. So you cannot sit here and tell me people who don't want to be part of this world are gonna not exist in this world just because they say they want to believe in a heaven or something like that. Because teamwork makes the dream work. As a collective of spirits sharing our space, the same way blood cells are working through us and connecting all these organs, it's an atmosphere, just like we are creating this atmosphere as a collective with our spirits. You have your own imaginations there, you have your own space, and other people have their own spaces around you, and that's what's creating this reality. But it goes much deeper than that, and there are cells that, like the cells inside of you creating you are creating the bigger you that you're inside of. So it plays out like Little Big Planet. You are that puppet doll creating so many things within a bigger within a world, but that world is a actual being, and that's the greatest discovery you can ever discover and imagine. But that's the highest form of truth. We live inside of what people call God, and we need to take care of God, or else it won't take care of us. See how humanity is right now? People don't want to listen. People just stubborn, lost in their desires, thinking they're going to be at peace after they pass on. But that is extremely selfish, because nobody is doing the right thing. Nobody is paying attention. Nobody is trying to learn anything. So if you think it was that easy, why is everything the way it is right now? Chaotic and shit. You think you're going to heaven? You're not going to heaven. You motherfuckers is like crazy. Like, you should sit here and watch me talk like this, thinking like I know the possibility of me reincarnating here again to help you motherfuckers is extremely high, and you don't see me angry or depressed, because I already know the truth. I already know I could do this as much as my spirit needs to do it. If God wants me to come here again to wake y'all motherfuckers up, then so be it. But you don't see me crying over it or being depressed. Unlike y'all religious people, y'all can't even fathom that truth because you're scared of it or whatever, because you want to be at peace, which is understandable, but that's not how it works. We create peace as a collective, so we need to pay attention to people who speak like me, trying to help the world. That's it. They don't go no further than that. You have to just listen and get your head out your ass, because how you think reality is not true. We all came here and we all share the same space. We all share the same earth. So we have to pay attention to people who are trying to heal because 9 times out of 10, people who don't care and who are lost in their desires are the lower reflections of God. Listen to the angelic spirits. Get out of your indoctrines, get out of your biases, get out of your emotional comfort, because we create heaven here. There is no other heaven that you think exists, or whatever type of peace, not existent place people think that they're going to, other than here, or whatever that meant. I don't even know what people think these days. I don't know what other people's beliefs are, but just know it's just a belief. I have no biases. I have no I don't care about no biases. I don't care about emotional biases either. I only care about how I'm being observing of my mind and my emotions, and how my spirit is controlling these things. So the spirit created these things. So once you figure out the truth within yourself, then that's your true heaven. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace out.